Well, hello everyone. How are we all doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. Well, hello everyone. How are we all doing today? Sorry about the brightness. I really got to fix that curtain, but it's like hiding behind my computer, so it's hard to reach. Hopefully it won't be as bad today, but don't know how long I'm going to be streaming today. Anyway, we're wrapping up the quests from yesterday. I decided to go ahead and continue on playing on Danon today instead of a lawn one. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. Yep. However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. There's no way to save them. When I lie to you, Master Garland, the situation is bleak. The void sinking into our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but not even know whether our friends still live. Damn it, I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. Will you not save Doga and Une? We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years, and besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. As long as Zande's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Ever since meeting Une and Daga, you've not quite been yourself. Tell me, is it true? Is all right with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I only know that there is a memory I must recall. As a child, my father told me the truth of our eyes with the rests with Alec. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I am with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Una and Doge. I and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. We have known them but briefly. Dog and One are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts in literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet know that it may be a while before we're ready to act. I would ask that you be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray now rest while you can. For when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Danon. Mark my words. Oh, the world of darkness. Ah, Danon, it is good you are come. I have news that you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, nor for Une, Dogo, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. Think back upon our last foray into Syracuse Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Zande. But you, Danon, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor had sealed a binding covenant with a terrible void scent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Une labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them and Nero, out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Une, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Zande's orders, and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Une and Doga, so too will the tower heat only those with the royal blood of Alleg. It's the most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious, according to Allegan tombstones Nera presented us. During the golden age of Alleg, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't had such technology, Aemon and his underlings could never have controlled the tower. But we do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the cloud of darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Xande's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the ladder would suffice. But then, what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that tower could discharge and cause a calamity like that one that destroyed Alleg. Uh-oh. In truth, we have more than just the three lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, the world will fall before the might of this threat. We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Syracuse's power for our own purpose and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm. We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturge's Guild, as well versed in otherworldly matters. With Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, and here comes the man himself. Tannen, just the man we need. Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete. No parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors? Quite well. The device is nearly ready, though attaching the damnable thing to Syracuse Tower took every ounce of ingenuity the ironwork has got. But it should produce the energy we need. Just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8th Sentinels as guides, and do hurry, Danon. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand on the helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower? Let's do it, boys. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Danon, I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Syracuse Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom. But it should be fine, really. Anyway, you'd best wait at the top. The chief's over there seeing the whole operation. My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal, and we'll see if we can't open the gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Impresente's throne, how the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Aleg's art and power. Now it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Allegan civilization had lived on and a just emperor still sat on the throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Xande and his ambition. There were those who tried. Xande's War of Dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Aleg. These men and women became beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Aleg's heart for the kill, Xande lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Xande desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness' coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Delmud be emptied into the Syracuse Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Syracuse was... Circus? Circus was followed by the very earth upon which it stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I'd heard of its cause from an Doug. I had no idea the rebellion incited Xande to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Allegan history is astounding, Graha. Why a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half what you know? Mayhap, 'tis strange. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Yeah, pigs, you ready? Ready and raring to open that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, you should be able to float 5 airships the size of the Argus. Just give the word and we'll start channeling the energy to the tower. Good, let's get started. Our preparations are complete. Everyone step away from the throne. I forgot about this. It's been so long since I've been here. Alright, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. Ah, rift into the world of darkness, as Ine called it. Splendid work, Master Garland. Can't break out the mead just yet. Tough part still ahead. We broke it into the dark realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the void gate stays open. As will the sons of St. Koinarch. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are truly lost. Sleeves, Dane and my friend is a heavy burden, I must ask you, but there are none more able. Pray lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of the world now rests upon your shoulders. Dun 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 dun! I'm the hero. It's our only gambit, but I have faith, every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving. I have a moment of time, Dan. There's some matter of import we must discuss ere you leave. I wish to speak with you about my eye, as you're no doubt aware. 'Tis a trait seen only amongst Allegan royalty. Long have I pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny. This much Doga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those two clones has wrought great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind the selfsame ones his father told him. The truth of our eyes rests with Alec. Mayhaps that wish to remember and these words are related. Mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes. I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. Sure, bud. Whatever. You have my thanks, my friend. Now let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and the realm. Meow. World of Darkness now available. Let's... Whoa. And we're going to teleport to Limsa and see if we can't complete this other quest in time, because we got the stupid cutscene cut off last time. I love the spookies. It's this way. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. Seven hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their rule. Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target, to which we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafirson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
You got it. Oh, you get it. beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us they walked among us in the days of yore, but I confess I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judge it best that it be delivered at once. I'm listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes. Details you get, Hazy Admiral. We've dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any store by this claim, but even should it be true, it is as Y'shtola said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. This man is of their own number. What could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Limps's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on this supposed primal slayer. Danon, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, I'll spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning of idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lenoska. Storm privates sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. You got it, bud. Let's do this. Yes. Oh, hell. What gate is that? I just want the Lower Lenoska gate. Alright, let's do this. You again. Oh. Ding! Go back to Sam now. Ooh, what do we get? What do we get? Fending. Let's go ahead and greed those. Ooh, definitely. Maybe. Well, we'll see. Such a great scene. I get anything for this class at all? Nothing. Yes. Nero! Must you be so infernally loud? Are you so keen to attract more void scent? Oh, I don't blame you for missing my company. I think the 12. Are you all right? All right, as can simply be expected, Neil has simply passed out. Nero, by the gods, what happened to you? Alas, his wounds are too deep and allowed his foul place to enter his body. Now the darkness claws at the aether of his very form. Would that we could have protected him. The cloud of darkness was bound by Zan's unholy covenant to bring prosperity to Allegan royalty. The same blood that sealed this contract gives us a measure of protection. I say a measure, for this vow does not protect us from other void scent. The cloud imprisoned us here precisely to unleash fiends upon us. We would be dead had Nero not defended us so valiantly. Mistake not my actions for kindness. I have use for you yet in Eorzea, and couldn't let harm befall you. Looks good, wife. Are you done for the day then?
Yeah.
You got 1.5 done again? Feeling good about it?
Yeah. But it's hard to do when you're streaming.
I was thinking about ending the stream early so I could spend more time working on that big video for Monday.
No, I get that, but
Are you done regardless of what I'm doing?
I've already closed out everything else, so yeah.
Okay. I'll probably stream for another hour then. Uh-oh. Dared to challenge me and now must feel my wrath. You destroy me in my realm? Here I am an eternal. I will smother your light and entomb your bones among my shadows. We're truly so powerless here? As long as we fight the cloud in this realm, I fear so. And yet, though we may not be able to destroy this, may be our chance to stop it. If we strike now while the cloud can barely hold her form, maybe we can sever Zande's covenant. Yes, and raise the bridge between the Crystal Tower and this foul place once and for all. Dane and Graha, you must flee. You and Dogga mean to stay here? This is madness. You must return with us. No one can to save the world threat the Crystal Tower. Well, except for you. This is trickery. Your blood. You gain protection from Zande's blood. You are possessed of royal blood. That's why the royal eye runs in your line. This is the gift you have inherited, Graha. You have been granted authority over the Crystal Tower. Our time will consume all of Alleg that was. That a man should still live with his forebears' blood in this age can be no coincidence. Some person must have planted this gift in your line and used the highest of Allegan technology to do so. True, the Crystal Tower is not like to recognize you as Allegan, not as you are now, but your royal eye bespeaks a simple truth. Within you dwells one feeble glitter that will illuminate all, the light of hope. And how should I use this light? Pray, tell me. Let's gain control of the Crystal Tower. We will share our blood with you, Graha. Its effects will be ephemeral. It will bolster the Allegan presence within you. It's our gift to you that you may fulfill your destiny. All with the royal eye are bound by the fate of Alleg. Our part in this journey is to bury Zande's dark ambition in the past. This was the true Une and Doga's purpose, one we have carried into the future. Know that as long as this light of hope survives in you, our souls will still remain, even if our bodies are lost. He's going to open his eyes, and both of his eyes are going to be red now, I think. Yep. Let's return what is yours. You drop this whilst defending us. What you seek by this instrument may not be possible, Nero, but do not give up. There are many paths that await you. Of course they do. Thank you. We shall never forget you. Now, Dane and Nero, let us quit this place. Escape me, impudent children of light. You shall not escape us. Here Xande's blood-stained dreams of glory end. The glint of light. It's a bit more than a glint, wouldn't you say? The bridge between realms grows fragile by the Covenant's annulment. If the light dies, we're stranded here. Hurry! Nero! Nero, no, you must move. Leave me. Don't need you. If I die here, it's because I bloody well elected to. I failed to master darkness. I'll not suffer watching a green boy master the tower. Do what you will with it, but remember, son of Alleg, I am Nero Tolseva, the man who will yet outdo Alleg and Garland. That was what you hoped to? The Crystal Tower again be a beacon of hope for mankind. Oh. Go, damn you. This is not where I come to rest. Those damn clothes did it after all. Now, onwards. Ah! Ha ha. You owe me one, Nero. The hells I do. Oh, holy cow. Returned unharmed, thanks the gods. When that void gate started to close, I'd never felt so powerless in all my life. We were running about like madmen trying to keep this gate open, and then the chief actually went and dived in. But you're telling us all... Rudy and Dogga, they're not... I see. I'll miss the two of them dearly, but I'm happy they fulfilled their purpose. We who live on must still attend to the Crystal Tower, though now we have no one able to seal it. It's not true, my friend. Uni and Dog have entrusted me with their blood. I can now control the Crystal Tower. Ah, yes, I can see it in your eyes. Good, then let's put an end to this and seal away the tower. Holy crap, I'm popular. Of course, if you have the right of it. Come, we shall leave this place for a spell and repair to St. Coint's Find. None but you could have succeeded in the world of darkness, Danon. Yeah, that's right, because I'm awesome. Would that I could have been more use beyond the rift. As it stands, I was but a vessel for Doga and Une's blood. Ugh. I remember what I wish to? Yes, something has come back to me. Gaining royal blood and witnessing true bravery has reminded me of my forebear's dearest wish. But we need not speak of these things now. It was not my place to keep you. Pray go on ahead of me. There is something small I wish to do before I return. Could not have asked for a better comrade. If only I could have been part of your adventures for longer, Danon. Alas, fate dictates I have a different role to play. A wish hidden for millennia and brought to light by the good people of Noah. Now finally, it is my time to see it realized. Oh. Could express how I'm glad you returned safely, Danon, with the means to dispel the threat of the Crystal Tower for good. Rest, if you will, then let us free ourselves from the specter of the Alligans. Complete. Alright, the Light of Hope. What's this? I trust you have rested, my friend. Good, I wish to seal the tower now, but there is something we must do first. Let me summon the others and hear in full what happened beyond the rift. Blah, 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 story time. So the ally that runs in Graha's line does mean that royal blood flows in his veins. Suppose it's not so odd to think that his forebears gained it via ancient technology. But who imbued his family with the blood, and for what purpose? Mayhaps all this was fate, from discovering the Tower to Graha gaining Une and Doga's blood. Has Graha said anything? For that matter, where is Graha? And what of Nero? Not sure about our resident historian, but Nero left the tower with me. Where he's vanished to, I cannot say. But knowing him as I do, I don't believe he'll scheme against us for the time being. Though he is still Nero. Danon, as you say, Graha stayed behind the Crystal Tower. I wonder if he even now prepares to seal the place off. Master Rambros, Master Rambros. Tiaser came to the Crystal Tower and began ordering researchers out. What? Why would he do such a thing? I don't know, sir, but he was quite insistent. He all but bodily forced me out of the gates. Suppose it's possible he has told one of the others, but I wasted no time in finding out. I thought it best to hasten you and seek your guidance. Very well, let us go and speak with these researchers and get to the bottom of this queer business. Master Garland, Danon, please come with me. No doubt Graha means to seal off the tower, but it worries me he did not breathe a word of his plan to us. Ah! Love having to make this walk again. Because we were just here. What in the world was Grahatia thinking, demanding we leave the tower? No doubt you would want to know why. I wish I knew that myself. Of course he would tell me nothing, but he will be honest with you, sir. Of that I am certain. The doors will close ere long. So you are of mind to seal the tower, Graha. I know time is of the essence, but all I ask is a hint of your plan. Please come here so we can discuss this. No, my apologies, but I cannot. Come on, man, what is this nonsense? If aught is amiss, surely we can help. Not this time, my friend. Just as Une and Doga fulfilled their destiny, so too must I fulfill mine. My blood has awakened me to this fact. As my father told me, the truth has always lain with Alec, or rather, 'twas the wish I must grant was the wish I must grant was born. You see, not all the world perished in Zande's calamity. Survivors stood amidst the ruins of Alad, looking at the Crystal Tower, but it was nowhere to be seen. Yet they hoped its spires would again dominate the land and prayed that the Crystal Tower would be a beacon of hope to people everywhere. Word of this soon reached only the members of Alec's royalty to outlive the Empire, Princess Selena. Selena was moved by the people's dearest wish. She used the very best of Alec's technology to give her blood and memories to he whom she trusted the most. That man was my forebear. For millennia we waited. Alec's art and ingenuity faded. Our royal blood grew thin. Before the last drop could vanish from the realm, the memory of all of this returned to me. And now I must fulfill the wish of the ancients. The tower will shine forth as a new beacon of hope. Graha, the Crystal Tower's strength poses too great a threat for Eosia. We would need technology as advanced as Alec to use it correctly. As things stand, we barely understand the tower's workings. How? We may never fully comprehend them. 'Tis as you say, Sid. We could wait for someone someday to reach the same heights as Alec. Then we'll have lost the royal blood and the means to control the tower. Well, what if I do as Ammon did and put the tower into a deep sleep? What? You cannot mean that. It's deadly serious, Sid. The tower may only be used once men rival the Allegans in knowledge. I will slumber within Syracuse Tower until then to greet those who mean to open the gates. Then I will guide them, and thus will the tower shine forth as the beacon of hope it was meant to be. It is the only way to make the wishes of the ancients come true. The future is where my destiny awaits. But yours lies outside of these doors. Go, create a future where hope reigns, and the tragedies of the past are but memories. No one but you can accomplish such things. And we say I'll make you change your mind, will it? Onwards to a brighter future. It won't be easy, of course, but that's exactly why we'll do it. We'll catch up with Alec. Just you wait. We'll cover all that lost ground before you even know it. Well said, Wedge. It's only take a few years before we come knocking, Graha, and you're in for a rude awakening. You should be witness to Noah's accomplishments. Pray, keep alive our successes and forgive our failures. And may we meet him again, my friend. 12, keep you till then, Rambros. I look forward to learning of your exploits. And you, Danon, I know history will remember you. No doubt your heroism will be the star by which I chart my course when I awake. Oh, the foreshadowing. Well, now I must rest. Recalling so much has put me in the mood for sleep. Farewell, my friends. I eagerly await a future born of your courage and the ancients' wish. Oh, there he is. Tis too quiet for my taste. This is Dragon Ball Scouter. Goodbye, Sid. I must pull back. Put all this at my back. Possibility beckons, and I am bound to follow. A new dawn has come for me. Ugh. Ah. Making this run yet again. Couldn't just exit me out near Rambros. Nope, gotta run the whole way. Just missed Sid, Dane, and there is much that needs his attention if he is to fulfill Garha's wishes. This is not the end of Noah, no matter how lonely St. Konig's Fine has become without our friend's departure. We must all walk in different directions now. Remember that we labor for a brighter future, lit by Graha's beacon. Sealing the tower was but the first step. Farewell, my friend. May our paths cross again. Complete. Dun dun dun. You've completed the Crystal Tower quest series. Rest well, champion, for the main scenario and many other adventures await you. Out of the dark. All right. There's that little house right there, isn't it? Nope. It's over a bit. There it is. It's that little house right there. You again. Look here, you have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over the mill. But, sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. Before I mucked out the chocobo stables, and I rolled the millstone over the mill, and before... Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do I hear me complaining? Bah, I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. All right, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that I'll track to me a generous soul. Now, prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take. Sitting, you can. I have the tale of Chaktan's epic victory over the primal Levabetus. Now, Levabetus is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea of how big, each of his scales is about as wide across as me members long. That's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic, perhaps too modest. Now, there's some you can say you never beat Levabetus, but I truly got... Not the company, though. Oh my god. Ah, it's you! Alright, I didn't mean it. I was just joining the attention is all. I take back everything I said. Part of the company heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Remember's tiny. It's pathetic. Sure as hell didn't fight Levabetus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It's very used back when I was working as a baker's hand. Striking me duties one day, loitering about the harbor when I saw a great massive sea serpent some malms off the coast with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. So bloody scared I sold myself right there. What? Oh god, just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. Hey, wait, if you're asking about Levabetus, you're planning to fight him, aren't you? Well, take care. He's truly terrible, dreadful, I tell you. If not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Yeah, I know. You worthless lying whoreson. I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Ha ha ha, you're in trouble. Minfinia, you had to learn aught against the use of Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Levabetus? I see, that is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. Told you jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I wager it'll serve to take your mind off events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is behind us. The twin vessel, the horror leader, I'll call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she's been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The horror leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Let's do this. I know that look. You're ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the world leader may not be pretty, but I assure you that she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Vums are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Yup. Expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Y'shtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We'd welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Y'shtola, if you would join the third levy, Lady Ugiri the fifth. But what word have I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these, go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiment and add a few words of mine own. Know that we have the utmost faith in you, Danon. May the crystal bless and keep you. You got it. All right, let's do this. Hang on. Classes. Huh. Well, let's find a repair person, and then we'll queue up. Well, we're queued up. We're chilling. We're waiting. We're being blinded by the sun, but, you know, nothing unusual about that. Alright, so after we're done, let's look up something real quick. Let's go. What we're doing right now, chat, is we are checking to see where we're at in the MSQ and how much longer we've got until Heaven's Word. I just want to know what patch I'm in right now. There we go. We are in the middle of patch 2.2. Okay. And then... Okay. We're almost done with patch 2.2 right now. Let's do this. Let's get out of the sun a little bit. There we go. Blah. Yay! And we're going to teleport back to Limsa. Nice, easy. Nice, easy run. We're going to turn this quest in real quick. What a nice gentleman. What a gentleman. Alright, let's turn this quest in.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you.
Yep,
Not for the
because
first
I'm awesome.
time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Mm-hmm.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Nymphilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Mordona is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If
Oop.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Welcome back, love.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
All right, boys and girls. It's been about 2 hours, not quite a full 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and call it early tonight. I got a lot of work to do on videos. Yeah. We will talk to you all later. Thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate you. And we will see you guys again on Tuesday.